Hi everyone, I'm back again with another video on the Samsung Tab S6 Lite tablet, and I have to say I've been using it for 2 to 3 weeks, and it's pretty good. I'm not going to complain too much about it, especially at the price point that I paid for $250 on sale, which it still may be on sale right now for that price. So check it out at Best Buy and a few other retailers out there, or e-tailers, and see what they have if you want to pick one up real quick before the Christmas holiday coming up. And I would say for the price, again, pretty good. At the regular price at around $450 for the 128 gig, I would say you may want to weigh out your options. I'm not going to really get into any other tablets that are out there in this league for this type of competitive types for this. I would say Lenovo, you got Xiaomi, of course, you got other Samsung, plenty of Samsung Android tablets to choose from. They have quite a few, so they pretty much have the market pretty covered as far as anything goes with tablets. Now, we're waiting for Google to release their tablet sometime in 2023, which is coming up obviously in a couple of weeks. And we don't know when in 2023, though. It might be spring, it might be in the fall when they release their next Android phone, their next Pixel phone, which is going to be the 8. So 7A will be coming out before that, as we know. So you're going to have that. Maybe they're going to release it around the time the 7A is announced. That probably sounds about right. But again, it's Google. We don't know what they're doing. They're pretty secretive until you see some leaks, which appear to be intentional leaks. But you know how that goes. But overall, this device is pretty good. I'm not going to complain too much about it. The thing I'm going to complain about, though, is the charger that comes with it. Not very impressive. I was disappointed. I had it set to charge fast, even in the settings, and it did not show on the display when it was charging that it was charging fast. I had to use a different charger, which was a Pixel phone charger that I had laying around, a 15-watt charger, and when I plugged it in with that, it was showing it was charging fast. So that was interesting, and it does charge relatively well. I'm not going to complain about that. The charger that it comes with, I would not use. If you have another option, a third-party one, I would probably use that. Unless there's a problem with the one that I got, I don't know, but I was not impressed with it at all. But the tablet itself, it's pretty quick. A couple of times it's a little hesitant when you're used to using a flagship phone with much more RAM and a better processor, better refresh rate. You're going to notice the difference with lag. You kind of get spoiled after using faster devices. But for a tablet, for what you need it to do, it should be just fine for consuming video. If you want to watch YouTube, any other movies, some light gaming, the usual stuff like web surfing, email, video chat, all should work just fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But, when you get more intense stuff, it can get a little hairy as far as, not moving at the speed you may expect. The battery is a 7040 milliamp battery, which is pretty good. Like I said, battery life charge is pretty good. Battery life's pretty good as well. I haven't had many issues with it draining. I have mostly Google apps. I did disable a couple of the Samsung apps, which is nice. They do allow for that as well. The S Pen is pretty darn good. Taking down notes, if you'd like to do a little doodling and drawings, it works really well. It's not the advanced pen where you hold down the button and the LED flashes and you connect the ultra features. It just doesn't do that. But it's not necessary for what you get for this tablet at the price point. There is expandable storage as well, which is great. If you get the 64 gig version and not the 128, well, you can put an SD card in and get more storage. So that is always a nice feature that Samsung seems to do with all of their devices. Google just doesn't do that on their devices and probably never will, because they want you to use their cloud storage, which makes sense as a business from a business perspective. But they just probably will never have an SD card. The display is TFT. This is a 10.4 inch display, so it actually works really well. Looks nice. I don't have it at the highest brightness. The face unlock on this sucker is touch and go. I'm not gonna say it's that good. It's touch and go. I've set it up a couple of times and it's had a problem. Low light, definitely a problem. Um, but overall, it works relatively okay about half the time, maybe a little more. So have a backup key code entry for your getting into your device, or one of the the do one of these. But overall, it's a pretty nice device. I like it. I love this blue color. It's so far working well. The camera's pretty good. It's not going to be a blowaway camera, not by any means, but I was impressed for what it is. If you just want to take a quick shot around the house, it works good out in the yard. So yeah, it's a nice camera for what it is. But you're not going to be walking around town with this as a camera when you have your phone. So it's just not going to be what you're doing. But yeah, it's a really cool device. I like it. I would say, let me try to see if I could do the face here. I don't think it's going to work. But yep, face doesn't match. And I have it set up. So let me just get in here with my code. And as you can see, it's pretty smooth. So no issues there. Little bit, 60 hertz, you're going to notice that it's not going to be, fluid as a 90 or 120 hertz, but a lot of the tablets are 60 hertz. So overall, that works pretty good. I have to say, apps load relatively quick. No problems with that. The settings in here, all your basic settings like you would expect. There are some particular settings as far as Samsung goes that, if you're interested in their particular apps that are installed. Bixby I don't use. For me, I don't need it. I like Google. But it has a lot of settings in here, as you would expect, just like they have on their Samsung phones. Pretty fluid. Software update. This one here was updated on December 17th. So it's updated to the most recent version of Android and security patch. So no problems there at this time. Hopefully next month it's timely. You always want the latest security patches on any of your devices, and I think it'll push out. Samsung is doing pretty good. They're doing better than they used to. In fact, it's actually interesting that there are times when it seems like Samsung is pushing out updates in some instances quicker than Google for their Pixel devices. When there's a problem sometimes with the Pixel device, a delay, Samsung can actually beat them to the punch. So it's kind of interesting. But overall, this is a pretty nice tablet. I think you should pick it up if you want something to use that's going to do all the basic things. It's Samsung. The quality's there. I love this blue color. I showed you the blue, the Angora blue. It's really nice. It's a nice brush feel on the back. You can feel the actual Samsung name imprinted in there. It's kind of a nice feel, more of a premium feel for the price point. I have a case for this thing, but I haven't used it much. I may show which case it is, or I may not. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to show a review on that. But I like the device. Like I said, pick it up if you're interested. It's recommended. It's definitely a win type of thing to get this one. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have this device, let me know what you think about it, and any other competitors that you may think are better for the price point or offer similar features. Or maybe Samsung is your thing and you love their devices and that's all you buy. Nothing wrong with that. They make some really good quality products and great displays. They make displays for a lot of different companies, so they know what they're doing. And the S23 is coming out, and it's going to be interesting to see what that's all about, coming this probably in the spring. They usually launch a device in the springtime, so we'll see what they have in 2023. Looking forward to all of the new devices coming out for next year. It's going to be exciting, and hopefully we'll have some more reviews on the channel of different devices that are coming out. So hopefully we'll get that going, and we'll have a great new year, and looking forward to it. And everybody have a great holiday season, and I'll be back soon with another video. And again, please like and subscribe and put any comments or any questions that you may have about this device or anything, any tech related device that you'd like to talk about. It's always welcome. Take care, everyone. Catch you guys in the next one.